I'm Scott Russell, and let's core up trans rights. State of the Union puts transgender youth and gender-affirming care back at the center of U.S. debate. President Donald Trump used Tuesday night's State of the Union address to spotlight a Virginia teen's story, casting transgender issues at the center of a deeply divided political debate. During the speech, Trump declared the U.S. was once a dead country, now the hottest in the world, and asserted, quote, "We ended DEI in America," unquote. The White House invited Michelle Blair and her child Sage to attend. Blair's story has drawn national attention following a 2023 lawsuit filed by Michelle Blair against the Potomac County School Board. The suit alleges that the district failed to disclose information about Sage, identifying as male. According to reporting by West, Michelle Blair claimed that the school's alleged withholding of this information contributed to Sage running away across state lines, later experiencing abuse. The case remains ongoing. Trump referenced, quote, Sage's harrowing story, accusing school officials of secretly socially transitioning Sage without parental knowledge. Trump urged Congress to act, saying, quote, "No state can be allowed to rip children from their parents' arms and transition them into a new gender against the parents' will. We must ban it, and we must ban it immediately," unquote. The Blair family has supported Sage's law in Virginia, which would require parental notification if a student discloses transgender. Civil rights groups called the proposal a forced outlying measure. Interesting dilemma. You know, you've got a person that hopefully was transitioning and was pulled back and revoked. I think it's a travesty that, you know, he or she, whatever the case may be, and it had a direction, and it was intervened from outside of the realm.
And if you look at her on that clip, I mean, she does not look like she's there by free will.
No.
I mean, she doesn't like, you can tell she's not smiling, she's not part of the attention. And she ran away to be a boy. So to say they saved her, you know, they didn't save her. They just imprisoned her into a body that she doesn't believe she belongs in.
They needed a test case.
Yeah, I wish I knew more about her story and, you know, where she is in this journey. But it was heart-wrenching because I did watch part of the State of the Union. I was not going to watch it, but I want to see how he would blunder it and lie. And then this came up in the middle of it, and I was taken away by the fact that just looking at her, I was like, somebody needs to save her.
Yeah, exactly.
Pick her up and run her out of there.
And looking at some of the backstory behind the scenes, aside from watching the State of the Union also, I have to say that, you know, according to some of the research I did, Sage's parents are no longer in her life. I think her father passed away, the mother is absent. So the paternal grandmother adopted her. Michelle adopted her. And who knows, you know, what a grandmother's influence can be of perhaps an older generation. But there were also accounts that Sage, you know, had access to using the boys' room in the school. Now, one of the things you have to look at too, and I think it's not a black or white issue, there's going to be a small number of people who maybe start the trans process. So whether you're biologically a male or female or identify as one of those, you know, statistics show that people who detrans, so to speak, the range of percentages may be 1% to 9%. And that's true for anything. There are people who experiment with being gay or lesbian.
And I don't think they make the assumption, or they make an allegation that she was on any kind of meds, because from the sounds of it is that she identified as a boy in school. Yeah. The school respected that.
Yes.
Yeah.
To be honest, like listening to this story, it sounds like Sage was trying to identify as male, and like yes, what that State of the Union was clearly a kidnapping of a kid. At the end of the day, like this idea that the parents want to have these rights. I used to be a substitute teacher once, and occasionally I would deal with stories where kids would be crying in the counselor's office. Please do not make me go back home. My father will beat me for being gay again. The state has every right to rip kids away from abusive parents, Donald. It's disgusting what we're seeing right now. This entire story disgusts me because we don't even know how to talk about this kid because we're not sure what the parents and what Donald Trump and the administration are trying to do with this child. It is absolutely horrific to see this happening in the United States.
I hate to call it a dog and pony show, but that's
it is a dog and pony show.
That's exactly the point I was going to make. You know, there's two things happening here. There's the personal family dynamics of this person known as Sage. the grandmother, the parents being out of the picture, and then to be brought up on one of the largest platforms. I know we are the largest LGBTQ platform in the world, but the largest platform in the country, which is a State of the Union, and to sit there, and if you see this person known as Sage, I want to be very respectful, and I don't know necessarily this person is presenting female, but I don't know if that person wants to be presenting female, and this person is rolling their eyes, it seemed, was doing one of those little, what the kids do where they clap. It's like, it's not a full...
Good observation.
It's one of those, and I felt really bad for this person, and nobody should have to be put up, like you said, as a, or somebody here said it, I heard it, dog and pony show, and to be held up as somebody who could be detransitioned. And you see, it's not something that people are inherently born with. If this person known as Sage can do it, so can everybody. And I'm using air quotes on that one. It's very sad. And I feel like the trauma that is being inflicted on this person is going to take many, many years for that person to unravel. And I hope that they're able to get away from their abusers as soon as they're able to.
Yeah.
And the last thing I'll say is, Sage, if you're unlikely to be watching this, like, be whatever you want to be. You want to try being a boy for a year. You don't want to be a boy after a year. You want to be a girl for a year. Try it. Have fun. That's half the fun of being young, is to experiment and do whatever you want. Donald, the rest of the people that are trying to make you do whatever it is, they're fucking assholes. Don't listen to any of them. All right. And that is an LGBTQ story. There is no other queer nonprofit media platform like this in the entire world. Support our LGBTQ stories by sharing them and subscribing to Queer News Tonight.